All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 730 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller, where we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And Russell Wilson, his name showed up over, Falcons Twitter. And you know how Falcons Twitter is always something. And I mean, it's amazing and it's amusing at the same time. But I found this pretty fascinating. Like, why would we want Russell Wilson? I want to talk about this on this show, and I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on why I feel that this could be a good match and why it's a terrible match. Because all intents and purposes, I don't want Russell Wilson. I don't want anybody to get the idea thinking that I'm pro Russell Wilson. I don't want him. But I'm gonna give you both sides of the coin, let you know what I think about it. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I'm also on Twitter or X at VF Baller, and the website is firstandframerates.com. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit the like button so this show could get up into the algorithms. Also, if you're on Apple or any other podcast, give me a 5-star rating. I really would appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. If you want to donate or support the show, Cash App and PayPal links are below in the description. And we'll just go ahead and get right into this. Russell Wilson is kind of in a pickle right now with the Denver Broncos. Coach Sean Payton kind of threw him under the bus, said that he's the reason for all the problems, offensively, probably for the whole team. And last year it didn't look too hot either because Russell Wilson was not liked very well by the team. Now, the team did play pretty well, going down the stretch of the season. Russell Wilson did play a little bit better, but all intents and purposes, all the things that happened, the Broncos are probably going to let him go. Now, if he passes a physical in March, he's going to be owed $37 million. That's a good reason for them to cut him already because the Broncos are pretty much probably going to be in the sweepstakes to get a quarterback. They may try to make a run with another quarterback for one more year, or they may even try to move to get somebody. I'm not sure. I think the Broncos don't have that many. They don't have that many draft picks to begin with, so they're kind of going to be trying to build a team around an unknown commodity. I just don't know how. I don't know how the team is built. I don't follow the Broncos, but nevertheless, I think if they don't let him go, I think he has another contract that kicks in for like 5 years, $240 million next year as well. So they're probably going to let him go and eat that cap money. I mean, it's going to be a bigger scale of what happened with Matt Ryan. And they're going to and the Falcons, they're just going to eat a bunch of cap money. And if they let him go, I don't know if his contract will be null and void. He would just be a free agent. And do the Falcons would they even entertain picking him up? Do the fans actually want him? I mean, I'm not really sure. I will say this to be completely transparent. Even what Russell Wilson now at 34, he probably have maybe 4 more good years left. I mean, that's not saying much because he hasn't been playing well. But I will say this: if Russell Wilson's anything close to what he was back in Seattle, and I'm not talking about the last year or so in Seattle, but the last, solid years in Seattle, or even a part of this year, this Falcons team is built for a guy like Russell Wilson. I mean, you got to think about it. When he was in Seattle, he had a good run game, he had a good defense, he had a couple of good receivers that he could throw the ball to. It's a compelling case, but at the same time, it's not a good case because with the Falcons, you will want somebody who's along the lines of Drake London and Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts. Those 4 guys are very young. You want to get a quarterback that can grow along with them, and you will be able to pull off, a long-term run where you can build a dynasty around that. Like those 4 or 5 guys right there, you can make the cap space work where you can keep those 4 or 5 guys together for a good 5 to 7 years if you play your cards right and get these guys on board with the winning culture of the Falcons. You get this organization to a place where it's comfortable for players that want to be here, get it into a somewhat of a winning culture, which right now the Falcons they're not a losing and I know this is going to be a stretch, and a lot of people may say, think I'm crazy for saying this. It's not a loser mentality. It's not a losing culture with the Atlanta Falcons, but it's not winning either. I mean, you're basically like a 500 or slightly below 500 club, and it's not like a situation where you're running around here with 3 wins, 4 wins a season. In every game that you're playing in, you're like in the thick of things until the end of the game. You just need a couple of things go your way, or you just need to execute to turn those games around. So these one-score games that we talked about could be wins, and you can have a winning culture. We can talk about the quarterback play in those situations as well. A guy like Russell Wilson maybe not be the guy, because we saw what he's done, for the past 2 seasons and probably a little bit before that. It may not be a viable thing to do. And I'm going to be quite honest. I just don't see it. But this team is built around, it's built for a guy like Russell Wilson. And like, you don't want to retread. And I did an episode of this about rookie retread or rebound. This is the definition of a retread right here. You get a retread quarterback, and it's a safe pick. It's a safe move. But Russell Wilson has been so erratic, I'm not sure that another change of scenery would help. I mean, it would be nice, to have a solid quarterback. Obviously, you see what the Falcons have been dealing with. We get a solid quarterback that has leadership abilities, who's been to Super Bowls, who knows how to win. But, I just don't know. I mean, was it the Broncos team? They just wasn't as talented. I think the Falcons are extremely talented, and he would fit in, but what Russell Wilson are you getting? What type of player are you getting? Are you getting that player that could revitalize his career, and you'll get, 80% of what you had in Seattle? Or he's done, and you basically got 100% of what you've seen in the last couple of years. It's very high risk. I will say this. If the Falcons decide to pick this guy up, I will say that the Falcons need to get this guy on a veteran minimum. Maybe get him at maybe what Taylor Heineke is making right now. I think Taylor Heineke is like 2-year, $14 million or something like that. I'll say $7 million, maybe be fair. Maybe $5 million a year for 2 years. I think that'd be fair. Put him on the roster, but even with him on the roster, he's probably going to want to start. And do you draft another rookie behind that? I mean, it's a lot of questions. Like I said, I'm just saying if it was to happen. I think most of the fans don't want this to happen. I'm in that camp. But I'm just saying, just for the hypothetical, or just putting it out there, because stranger things have happened. People are still clamoring for Justin Fields to come here. Because, I mean, I think that Coach Arthur Smith, for the most part, got a lot of stuff right with this team, building it. He just swung and missed on the quarterback. And I think he should go into the draft. I got a feeling that they may end up trying to get Justin Fields. And if they do get a retread, I can see Kirk Cousins, or I can even see a Russell Wilson coming here. But I just think it'd be a very unpopular move. But hey, we're fans. What do we know, right? The front office runs the show. But it's just that if you get Russell Wilson, if you get a Kirk Cousins, you got to get them for cheap. Don't let them beat up on your cap space. I mean, you just can't let these guys beat up on your cap space, because that just makes it worse. You're going to be in a Matt Ryan situation all over again with the salary cap, and you just don't want to deal with that. That's why I say at the end of the day, I think they should just go with a rookie, get him on a rookie contract, let him grow with the other other young pieces that we have with the Falcons offense, and we just move on from there. I mean, you got to think about it. Look at all the guys that we have. I mean, we get, like I said, Algier, Pitts, London, Bijan. You can even talk about Bergeron at offensive lineman. He's a rookie. I mean, you got some guys that are here that would love to just continue to grow together. You just got to get the right quarterback that don't make crazy and off balance in boneheaded decisions. You get a quarterback like that, if you had a quarterback like that, you could have won about 11 games this year. So it is something to just think about. Like, what do you do? What do you do in this situation? Uh, I don't think the fan base wants this. I don't want it, but I just telling you to be prepared just in case, and that's how it will happen. So y'all just let me know what you guys think. Yay or nay? I mean, do Falcons fans even want him? I don't think they do. I know I don't. I'm good on it because I don't. It's not because I like what we have now. It's not because I dislike Russell Wilson. It's just that I just don't know what type of player you're getting. You know, this team is built for the guy that played in Seattle, but the guys playing in Denver don't need to be on this team at all. So if you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get up out of here. Episode 730. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble, also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. All right, y'all. I almost forgot. Also, I am on X at VF Baller. Website's firstandfriendraise.com, and Cash App and PayPal links are below if you want to support the show. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all take it easy, and y'all be blessed.